No. Underneath the starlit sky, they wandered through the night with questions in their wings and dreams that took to flight. The raven bold and curious, the crow wise and keen. Together they explored a world unseen. Through the forest dark and dense, they whispered secrets low, sharing tales of distant lands where only the bravest go. In the rustle of the leaves they found a common ground, two souls intertwined where harmony was found. Past the rivers wide and deep, their shadows danced as one. In unity they found their strength beneath the rising sun. The raven spoke of mysteries, the crow of timeless lore, and in their echoed stories they found so much more. When the raven met the crow, it was such a sight to see, because the raven didn't know what the raven couldn't be. When the crow he met the raven, he knew without a doubt that these two were of a feather, on the inside not the out. Oh, how they soared above it all, against the winds they climbed. In realms of endless possibility, their spirits intertwined. The raven learned to let go, the crow to dream anew. Together they discovered skies so blue. With each dawn their journey grew, with every silver ray, new horizons stretched before them as they flew away. Bound by more than feathers, by the stories shared and known. In the legacy of their friendship, they found a home. When the raven met the crow, it was such a sight to see, because the raven didn't know what the raven couldn't be. When the crow he met the raven, he knew without a doubt that these two were of a feather, on the inside not the out. And when the day has ended and twilight starts to show, they find their rest together in the glow of their afterglow. For when the raven meets the crow, they find where they belong. In the quiet of the evening, they sing the same old song.
Hello.
Hello, hello. When last we left off, Narsa was free on the deck, along with the rest of the crew. We had established that the skiff containing the returning Black Nail crew was had just been sighted, returning back to the ship from the shore of Rizantum. presumably having completed their mission. It's coming at a bit of a clip, and so we're going to roll a d8 to see how many actions for any sort of preparation that the crew might be taking in event, in preparation for their return. I have no idea whether we want to start a fight or not.
Yeah.
Whether anything is going to happen, I don't know, but we have 5 actions before they are ready to tie off to the boat and start their boarding. Welcome back to An Orrery of Souls side quest. I'm Lefty Spinhand.
I'm Bexley. And I'm torn. Because Captain wouldn't want to start a fight, but wouldn't be too thrilled about these people getting back on his boat, given what they've done to Narsa. But also, we kind of need them back on the boat to hopefully fix Narsa.
That's very true.
I don't know if Neville would understand that. I don't know if Kane would care.
Right. As soon as Tyga put the call out, Ateles went down and took his hiding place in the front hold, down below the crew quarters in the actual hold itself.
Okay.
So they still do not know that there is an 8th member of this crew. Ninth, you're correct, including the captain, yes. So Narsa was anxiously awaiting their return. She's like a sweaty little puppy right now. She's not glad that they're coming back, but you can see that her energy is up.
She's hoping for another fix.
Exactly. I would think that Brynja, in concern of her, would be there with her.
Yeah, at the very least, trying to stay within arm's reach.
Yeah.
Tyga's probably going to stay up in his nest.
Right.
Rogar and Gror, I can see being close to Brynja because that's who they are. Really.
Gror would have his eyes on the captain. Gror would be waiting to see how the captain wants to handle what could happen. Kane, he's probably up on deck, I would think. Also, he would be leaning towards. He'd be like clutching at his club, his mace.
Yeah, he'd probably
be spoiled for a fight, I think. But
yeah.
So it really comes down to how the captain wants to handle this. How is the captain communicating with the crew right now? I think he would start kind of narrating. I think he'd be like, easy lads, we need them back on the boat. If there's a cure or an antidote for Narsa,
they would be
the Fawn will have it. We need at least the Fawn to get aboard and stay alive to tell us what on his belt is of use.
Yeah, he would have noticed that the Fawn was the one doing the...
Yeah.
Or you could not rock. That'd be cool.
Right.
Bump the table on my side with my knee.
Really rocky. Oh, this thing we need to bend. Okay, that's a step I can take. Easy enough. Next time.
Hey guys, don't get seasick.
Yeah, but
it's appropriate though, isn't it? Anyways, Yeah, I can see him having seen that the fawn is the one doing all this stuff, and would definitely push to make sure that the fawn is the one that gets on boat. But the question is, in the protection of his crew, would he actually attempt to get aggressive?
I would say the captain is wise enough to know that in the event that the fawn is the first to come up the rope ladder, that would be optimal. We let the fawn get on the rope ladder, and then we
then
let
take
our
hostage.
2 guys that have ranged keep everybody else off of that ladder. But there's no guarantee that the fawn wouldn't bail off of the ladder if things got hinky.
Right.
So he would probably. I mean, and this kind of communication would be more than one action.
Yeah.
So the captain, I think, would have the strategic ability to be able to say that if the fawn comes up first, then we get hands on the fawn as if to be helping him on board, but then everybody else has to be scraped off of the side of the boat before they can get up further. If that doesn't happen, if he is not the first one on the boat, then we kind of have to let it roll out. Too many other variables start ending up on deck.
So Novell is going to be on the other side of Narsa from Brynja.
Right.
Right there, ready to make sure what needs to happen happens.
And Ateles is already under the deck, so given that he's the other range. Well, no, Brynja has a crossbow.
Brynja does have a crossbow.
Okay, so we got the 2. So 2 of our 3 ranged are right there,
And
where the ladder
Roar,
comes up on deck.
Roar does have... Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay, never mind. But Kane has his tongue.
Kane does have his tongue too, and that's good for close range, right?
For up to close, yes.
Okay, so we have something like a plan. So the worst case scenario would be the fawn is the last one on up the ladder. That would be the absolute worst case. As soon as we can get hands on the fawn, everybody that's not on the ladder needs to get scraped off. So I am going to. There are 7. So we re-roll an 8.
Huh? I never made a note.
Yeah, no, I made, just in case things got weird, I made adversary blocks for them, so.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a d8, and we're going to re-roll an 8, and that number that comes up will be where the fawn is on the ladder.
Okay.
So it's a tense few minutes while the skiff approaches the boat. There is a line that is already dropped that is designed to tie the skiff off and then lead it around to where you'll hook it up to the winch, and the winch brings it up off this out of the water, off the water line, and up onto the side of the boat, where skiffs are usually carried. If they're not being trailed behind the boat, which is not how this
Right.
ship runs. So we see the skiff with the Dracona and the orc on oars, one on each oar.
Makes sense.
They're two muscle guys, absolutely trying to make a good pace for the boat. Everybody else, nobody's like standing valiantly on the bow or anything like that. These guys are all trying to stay low and.
I imagine one of them would be up towards the bow, facing the ship to keep eyes on their target.
Right.
But not necessarily standing valiantly.
That would be their. They do have the other human, well, that's not the leader of the cell is their ranger. They're not ranger, but their sniper, their archer.
Right.
So he's probably got the best vision. He'd be the one standing, or not standing, but on the bow of the skiff, keeping his eyes on us.
Okay.
So they eventually get to the point where they nose into up against the ladder. They tie off to the line that's hanging down next to the ladder. They tie off, and the leader comes up the boat, up the ladder. The bruiser comes up the ladder. The goblins come up the ladder. So the Dakota comes up the ladder after both of the goblins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You rolled a fucking 7.
Yes, I did.
Of course.
Sniper comes up the ladder, and then the Fawn Alchemist comes up the ladder. He is the last one, or she is the last one up. It's the worst case scenario. Fuck. So like it's to the point now where Narsa is like shouldering them out of the way as they reach the deck and get onto the deck. So she's like, "Okay, you're up, good. Go.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. And she's got her hands out reaching for the Fawn to try to get him on, or her. And she gets up and over the deck, and then Narsa's got hands on, trying to clutch at the belt, at the pouches, at the try to. I need. You have to give it to me.
I need.
And at that point, the Dracona grabs Narsa's wrist quite roughly and starts pulling her back, as if to take her back to the steering
To where
the
she was
steering
tied
deck
up before.
where she was tied up before. Exactly. They know what her unknown is. She is a known unknown.
Yeah.
And they're going to get her back under control as soon as possible.
Okay. So Nivelle's going to be watching as closely as he can while still doing whatever he needs to be doing right now, which probably isn't a whole lot. Why does Nivelle have 3 stress right?
It's been 3 days. I don't think he would have been stressed during those 3 days, except for was he casting stress reducers that gave him stress?
No.
On
Those don't
Narsa?
cost. Those don't cost anything. It's once per long rest.
You could probably clear those then. But maybe keep one just because this is a stressful situation.
Right. Yeah, I don't have anything that would have been going on that would have prevented me from clearing those stress from getting here.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I can remember getting stressed from, is getting the boat moving faster.
All right. And we haven't been moving for 3 days. So.
Yeah. Okay. So what? They get Narsa tied back up and fed?
They get Narsa tied back up, and the fawn is in her belt, preparing the next concoction.
Preparing. Damn. That means it's, well, that could just be phrasing. Is the fawn pulling out a singular vial?
Let's get a perception roll. Who's got eyes? Who's got
Narsa's
that
or
concern?
Nivelle.
Well, I would say that Narsa also is. So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and roll for Narsa. She wants to know how to make this keep happening. 12s. I don't know what her bonus for perception would be, but she's rolled 8 on the die
0.
with hope, so we can add a hope.
Cool. She needs all the hope she can get right now.
But she's too concerned
with getting it.
With receiving it rather than seeing how it's made, yeah.
Now, Nivelle rolled 13 on the dice and has a +1, so 14 with hope.
I would say he would be able to at least tell yeah. It is already prepared. It is a singular vial.
Helpful.
So when I said preparing, she's basically just adding it to a mug of water or a tankard of water and stirring it up. It is I think I described it once before. It is a pearlescent white.
Yeah.
That kind of diffuses when it's mixed into the water, so it's barely perceptible in the water, as though you poured a couple of drops of milk into the water by the time it's mixed in. As if.
No, I know.
As though.
I get it. Still, the idea.
Excuse me.
I don't know why that bothered me that much, but it did.
The leader approaches Captain Ridley. Oh, of course, I forgot about that. There. Always one more thing.
I have it up if you need it.
Oh,
you seem to have got it already.
yeah. So the question would be, I would say that he says set course for Vigantia.
See, I have problem with that because that is up a river,
Right.
and there are 2 stops in between where we are and Vigantia.
Right, but neither of them is a major city that is most likely to have a very effective black nail cell in operation. So the idea here is that the success or failure of their mission needs to be reported back to the cell, back to the black nail leadership
Headquarters, whatever.
at earliest opportunity. That means heading for the most likely effective and not a small cell. It needs to be
somewhere that they can get more orders quickly.
Exactly. And get word back to Anger. So, just because you are co-GMing this, and because the crew decided not to take any action to pursue or investigate what they were doing on the island, I will share with you what they were doing on the island, and you can help me decide what next.
Okay.
They were there to assassinate. They were there to assassinate a Dracona who was on the island, or who had been reported to be on the island. The son of a local border lord, as a means of tying up loose ends to an operation that failed recently.
Interesting. Okay.
It was partially successful in that the assassination went off. I can share that with you now. But the son of the victim of that assassination needs to be removed from the equation because he could come in claiming hereditary rights to the seat, and they don't want that. So what they discovered is that it's been decades since that the son of that border lord has been on this island, and so now they need to figure out where he went, and no one was forthcoming with where he went because they are wise enough, and they would need to do some real deep undercover investigation in order to. It's not like they were wandering around the island going, "Hey, do you know where this guy is?" They were being. They had to do the whole thing under unseen.
Unseen and alternate pretenses.
Or
just flat unseen.
Just flat unseen. There's no way that they could have been on the island for any reason and asking these questions without drawing undue attention. So
fair enough. Okay.
So they did the whole thing through listening to conversations at a distance and breaking into domiciles and places where such records might be likely to kept, the missionary offices and stuff like that. Yeah, I heard it too.
I'm also hearing teeth brushing.
Oh.
But it's
it's
something in the music that I'm hearing that is like somebody's brushing their teeth loudly. They wouldn't be that dumb. Why am I? And then it switches ears. Oh, that's why. Because that's not what's going on.
Is there a little one?
No.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
What's going on there?
I was looking for a little one when I turned my head to hear it shift ears.
Ah, I see. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, for all you guys at home, it is 1 o'clock right now.
Yeah. We started really late tonight.
Yeah, technical difficulties. We binge watched Has Been Hotel season 2 and then set this up.
Because we got our priorities in order, yo.
Look, it was a good series.
It really was.
Good season.
It is a good series. I'm enjoying Has Been a lot.
Is it just me, or was this season more upbeat than it maybe should have?
Yes, no, yeah. I think they were spending a lot of time on Charlie's frazzled response to the situation, and that made for more comedy and less deep dark than
But even the
it should have
music,
been due.
a lot of the music was way more high tune
Yeah.
than responding to the potential low tunes.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like there was a lot of we had expose songs for every new character, for every character in season 1, because we have to.
Right.
There weren't any of that. There were 2 really good songs this season. The other ones just kind of faded into the background, and so it doesn't feel like there was as much music this time.
Yeah.
Gravity was really the only real banger, in my opinion, but that the other one that I commented on, which I can't even remember what it was about right now because we binge watched the whole damn thing, so it's all just one big gray. But I thought there were only really 2 songs that were really like standout for the entire season. But Gravity was dark. Gravity was, it had depth to it, it had anger to it, it had a lot of character to it. Anyway, yeah. Yeah,
Sorry, don't mind us.
No, this season 2 felt a little more fluffy. A little more fluffy and trying to aim at the comedy rather than depth of story this time.
Yeah, given what was actually going on.
Yeah.
The tones were a tad on the mismatched side, but it was still good. Still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But they need to get their shit straight. Also. So what's the question then? Are you asking where they would go to do that report, or are you asking how urgently they would look to get back to make that report?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't. I'm realizing that I should have done the exposition before I asked the question. So it's not really so much of a question because Vigantia is where they would go.
That is the closest.
Yeah. When the cell is big enough to have the resources to be able to make the communications quickly.
Yeah.
And also, keeping it in the dark after we needed to was unnecessary. So I wanted to clear that up and let you know.
Okay. I wonder who we could be talking about as well.
Yeah, it's
a mystery.
It's a deep, dark secrets that somehow the GM managed to let out of the bag yet again. All my big reveals for.
I love you.
I love you too. No, it's not you. It's me. It's
I paid
me.
too much attention. Those are nothing lines. They were nothing lines. Easy to miss if you're not paying attention.
There were a couple of songs in the most recent release that we had, a Die to Be Cast, one of Steed's theme songs, that mention the fate of an NPC that figures prominently in the backstory of one of our characters. That alludes to the assassination that we're talking about. So yeah, it was a really clumsy mistake that I made because I was only looking at protecting the secret from one character and not from the 2 characters that this affected. And so Bex caught on that his character's father was assassinated, and oh shit. See? I did. See? See?
I mean, it's not like we were being subtle either.
We need to fire the GM of this game because he can't keep his trap shut.
It's not like we were being subtle either.
Yeah. And also substantially lower viewership on side quests, so I
Yeah.
don't feel like I'm.
You're messing it up for the 3 people that are going to watch this before that.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Not to mention the probably 5 people total over the hundreds of views that the main story's going to get. The 5 people from that group who actually pay attention to the music you're going to catch before.
Right.
It's ruining it for so many people.
That's what I do. So yeah, so I really I don't feel like they're actually, that should have been posed as a question. It should have just been exposition that needed to be shared.
There is a question.
Yeah.
There is the question there. What are their next steps going to be in order to try and continue this particular mission? Where are they going to get their information? Are they going to get anything that's relevant?
Right.
But those are the bad guys. We don't want to work for them. We're trying to save the crew and save Narsa right now.
Right. So, and that really, at this point, once they get off the boat in Vigantia, that becomes my problem again. So yeah.
I hope I've put the correct questions in your head then.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And they are questions that I would have addressed anyway. So, because we already know that road crews have been dispatched for the Goblin and the Dagger.
Yeah.
But now that they are sure that the Dracona is in the wind, we're probably going to see
some road crews for that as well.
Yeah. They're going to be on the lookout for the Dracona as well.
And now I have to not meta. It's okay. I've already got conversation plans for that side of the story for what's already known. So,
right,
all good. Anyways,
so yeah, so the leader, as I said, approaches Captain Ridley and says, "Set course for Vigantia. We'll be floating there."
Okay, I've already done the measurement. It is 3 days.
Okay.
It is 2 days to the river and then 1 day up
the river. That sounds about right.
As these 3 knuckles at 100 miles.
Right on.
1, 2, that's fucking perfect. Oh, 3, let's go.
Right on. That river, the Poltaronan River, is the river that legend has it was carved by the great sword of Alaphus in his rage after bringing down Mount Clanketa.
I'm just seeing that is the same river from the Clank Emancipation.
Yep.
If you guys haven't watched.
10 episodes of pure love. It's an amazing. I'm so proud of that campaign. Yeah.
There is a 4.5. I'm just pointing that out.
Well, yeah, it is, but then that's what makes it 10. There's 9 full episodes, and then the 4.5 is just the 2 of us working out what happened on.
It's also what gave this the idea.
Yeah. Because that went so interestingly. We were like, we can do this again. So Ridley looks to Nivelle and Brynja and says, "Set sails."
Aye, Captain. And that's just a pretty fucking straight shot to the river, so that's not even a bad run. The question, I suppose, is do we have the rations to do that without stopping in Rosanto?
We overbought.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably would buy a month's worth of rations at a time.
And this is just 3 more days
This is
on what
20
was already
days.
a 20-day trip.
Right.
So,
So we're well within, and we probably got a month and a half worth of rations. So we got more than enough to be able to make this easy.
perfect. So, not an issue.
Says Kane.
Is Kane.
When asked by the captain.
Fair. Okay, so once the fawn is done doing what she needs to do to shut Narsa up,
Right?
Novell is going to... No, Novell is busy. Rogar.
Okay.
Rogar is going to try and inquire to the fawn, how can we make Narsa not meet Nomo? She tried to hurt my sister.
Right.
How can we make that not happen? Wait. I lied earlier. Narsa has a +1 in her perception.
That still
That
would have
wouldn't
only
have
made
done
it
wouldn't have done shit.
a 9 rather than an 8.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at presents for some reason.
We need a presence check to see whether or not he can elicit some sort of emotional response from this fawn, from this bad guy. I'm gonna roll a D4 disadvantage die rather than a D6 disadvantage die.
Because they are still mortal.
Right.
They're just bad people.
Exactly. And then this is a hard job getting someone hooked like that. So. And we're gonna say that this is we can put it at 14.
That answer is no.
Answer is no.
10 on the dice has a -1 in presence.
Gotcha. So that's 9, and then minus another 1 for the disadvantage. So we're looking at an 8 total. Fear or
Fear.
So the fawn doesn't even offer any kind of verbal response at all. Just kind of looks Rogar in the eye and gives this callous chuckle. It's not a joyful chuckle. It's like a rueful chuckle, like.
Oof.
Which kind of should be interpreted as a bit of an answer in and of itself.
Yeah. Rogar's not going to care for that, but... Is he even going to notice? Is he going to have that? No.
Okay, so he just sees no answer. He doesn't even appear. He doesn't even gather
What the non-answer was.
Okay.
He is the littlest bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just wanted to help his sister not get hurt no more.
So day 1, do we want to do sea events? We're in the we're in that kind of large bay area between the two islands and the main coastline, where not a lot of weather would.
Not a lot of weather, but there is a decent amount of stuff that's not weather related, isn't there?
Sure.
You sound so confident.
I have rolled an 11.
Are we sure? Oh. Between islands?
Right. See, that's why I said it's not really really appropriate on a lot of these.
Yeah, heavy swells. The sea is characterized by long rolling waves that rise and fall significantly, making the ship pitch and yaw. I can see that, but it wouldn't really be... maybe. Once we get away from the island, I can see it a little bit, I guess.
Right.
The effect. Any character attempting fine motor tasks must succeed an agility roll of 11 or fail.
Yeah.
So
Kane, in mixing, preparing dinner, is the only one who might suffer some sort of a negative effect from that day.
dinner's a little rough.
A little lumpy.
Yeah, that was an 8 on the dice.
Ooh.
And his agility is +1, so
A 9 on the die, but yeah,
A
that's
9
still not
total.
an 11.
Yep, nope. Dinner's a little rough.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that was fun.
Let's add another. Ooh, that's harsh. Yeah, we have to. For a whole day. That's 3 more meals. That's -6 stress on Narsa. But wait, hold on, because she's getting dosed.
She is getting dosed now.
She is getting dosed now, so that'll get halved. We'll do 1, 2. That'll be 3.
She's only got 2 slots left.
She's getting dosed. Okay, so yeah, let's that'll flat out then.
We'll leave it where it is.
Yeah. And then we can long rest, because that was a whole day. That was day 1 of traveling back towards Vigantia.
Are we gonna have Novell do the Gale Force thing again?
Are we? Are you?
It's close enough. It's only 3 days.
We want this over with.
We do. If Novell does it, that would speed us up enough to the point where they get back at the night. We immediately take off from there. 100 miles a day. It is 3 days basically even. So we would, without it, we would show up the night of the 3rd day. If Novell hurries up, we would show up probably just before lunch on the 3rd day.
Before the captain would order you to do that, I would think that he would want the first day, and more importantly, the first night, to go at regular speed.
Okay.
Because I feel like he would want to, he's got some concerns that he needs to address with the crew.
Right.
So this wouldn't be an issue until the morning of day 2 anyway.
Okay.
That night at dinner, which the Dracona is posted on deck at the stairwell. Where's my mouse? Yeah, I'm just moving my mouse around here so we can see the Dracona. And he tends to camp out halfway down so he can have an ear towards any conversations that are happening down on the crew deck. But he seems to be posted up on that stairwell and monitoring the comings and goings of the crew. But with the exception of Narsa, nobody's movement above deck or below deck is being hindered. The goblins are still camped out on the loading hatch. This big old grate here that gets lifted off when
right above the cooking zone.
Right, but yeah, that actually is balconied off on the crew deck.
Yeah,
and cuts down through the crew deck down directly into the hold.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out right next to that hole is where Kane does all this cooking.
Yeah, right in this area here, right in
yeah, right. Yeah.
And then
so they're sitting there smelling lunch.
Right.
They're torturing themselves at that point, or laughing because of the struggle that Kane just went through on the first day.
The rest of them tend to hang out on the steering deck near Narsa. That's where the orc, who is pretty much the muscle that's there to keep Narsa in check if she starts getting froggy, and the leader, the human leader, and the human sniper all tend to just keep up and out of the way. They're either on the steering deck or in Captain Ridley's quarters, which they have adopted while they're on the ship.
There's one more, because that's only 6.
The Fawn.
Yeah.
The Fawn would pretty much be exclusively in the captain's quarters. I don't think she would only come out to do the doses. She's got no interest in what's going on deck, and she feels safer with 4 walls around her. So.
Is she seasick? She's filling Captain Ridley's extra shoes.
Not my velveteen slippers! So that night at dinner, the captain has Rogar delivering from the galley up to the captain's quarters.
Okay.
He's serving the meals from there. The rest of the crew, as they're gathered around the seating area, the captain says, we need to figure out what we can do for Narsa. Once they're gone, Narsa's source for whatever this is, for this silk kiss, disappears, and I don't see that as being a good thing given what we saw while they were gone. Without these doses of whatever the concoction is they're giving her, she becomes more and more frail and unstable. And I truly believe that were we unable to rid her of this plague, she will do something that will endanger her life, if not the rest of ours. If any of you have any ideas, let's have them, please. Oh.
So we're going to Vigantia. There should be potion shops.
Absolutely.
This is coming from Nibel. They should have something that we might be able to use to help get her free of this, or at least help get her started to get free of this. Wouldn't they?
It's worth asking. Once we get into port, it's worth asking. The captain says, I wonder if we might be able to buy a certain amount of this silk kiss from these ruffians, that we might be able to supply her during the interim. Perhaps if we were to put her on half doses, we might be able to wean her.
The half doses is a good idea, but I still don't feel comfortable giving her any, given what she's willing to do to get any.
Agreed. Agreed, but if cold turkey, as they say.
What's turkey?
I have a
I'm not sorry.
I do have a name for what turkeys are here on Feel. To completely withhold these doses feels as though it would be more destructive.
I can't disagree with that, Captain, but I'm still not comfortable with it.
Nor should we be. Keeping her on this hook, as they referred to it, it will be no way for her to live.
So I've learned things.
Okay.
There is, for one, unrelated. I'm throwing air quotes on it. Unrelated. Ridley's tea is not as insignificant as we thought.
Oh.
But also, in Daggerheart's system, there is no antidote.
No antidote to Ridley's tea.
No, to anything. There's no antidote. End of sentence.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There's nothing that says cure blank. So I'm fascinated by that decision.
Right.
If you're watching us, Darrington Press, you missed a spot.
Well, I mean, I could see that they wouldn't want to promote exploring addiction.
Well, do any of their adversaries apply poison?
Oh, right. Yeah. 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 That's a good point. Yep. All right. That's legit.
Just saying. It's not a big spot, but you missed a spot.
The Drea, by the way. Old Drea.
Is that the
That's the turkey analog.
okay. Well, that's interesting. Where do we get one of those? They have a Feast of Zuria. Xuria.
Okay.
That's how I'm reading it, as Zuria. You can eat this meal to clear all HP and stress and gain 1d4 hope.
Oh.
Cool. Where?
How, yeah.
How big is this feast?
And so many of these things, I wish they would tell us if they come from a campaign frame or if they're...
I mean, there is a way we can do that, but it's long and arduous.
Yeah. Well, oh no, I've got an easier one here.
Oh. Oh no, I did. Okay.
Feast of Xuria.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't know. It's telling me a lie.
Of course.
Wait, you can eat to clear all HP, stress, and a gain of hope. The document under loot. Oh, that's on our loot table? I don't believe that. Consumables, loot. $51. Yeah, it's a straight up lie. It's a hallucination.
I wonder if it's in the proper.
No, because it specifically says based on the canon information. This is the AI that I'm asking.
Yeah.
Based on the canon information in the living world, the source of the Feast of Zuria is in the Avantrium Collective Workshop. The document mentions that if you roll a 51 on the loot table, you get the Feast of Zuria, but 51 on the loot table is the mythic dust recipe, so it's a straight up hallucination. AIs refuse to say, I'm sorry, I don't have that information. They would rather
Make it up.
make up some sort of plausible sounding rather than just say, I don't know. Yeah, it's a big deal for anybody who tries to use AI seriously. Don't ever believe your AI. Always double check your AI responses if you ever use them. So we have this bag of resources that we could pitch back to these ruffians in exchange for their supply, so that we have something on hand to be able to keep Narsa under I hate to say it that way, under control, while we figure out how to rid her of this. Given that there is no antidote within the system, obviously there would be in the world.
Yeah.
What I can tell you about Silk Kiss is that it's a new thing that probably would not have a lot of research been done on it, and so a direct a methadone equivalent probably does not exist yet. It's new enough that it probably, if it is in place, it'd only be available in Anger or in the Kingdoms.
So a proper antidote would only be able to come from these people that are giving it to her,
if it even exists. So if we are unable to find something in the potioners, I wonder if there might be some celestial method that would allow her to get free.
So
if alchemy can't help us, maybe the moons can.
Mahina, rebirth, right? I mean, death, yes.
Right, yeah, specifically death and change. Birth. Yeah, rebirth is not necessarily covered.
Huh.
Change would be the closest.
Which is Mahina.
Which is Mahina.
I was on the right track at least.
Yeah, you're as close as we can get, yes.
I do pay attention, Dad. Okay. Well, with that said, I have a question to pose. Would there be a church of Mahina in Shame at all?
So, what would the captain know about the Order of the Fourth Moon? Let's get a knowledge check.
Not that page, that page. Okay, he's got something to do there.
He is worldly, so we'll make it a 13. It's pretty specific, so 50 straight 50, 50, 12 doesn't necessarily work. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and keep it relatively close to 50-50. So we'll say it's a 13 target number.
Can we give him the experience of well-traveled and use that experience?
I feel if he doesn't already have those experiences filled, then we can do that now.
We do not have anything for any of the crew other than Narsa, myself, and yourself.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's go ahead and give him
A +2 to this, with marking a hope. And he fucking needed it. So, here's the thing. He rolled with fear.
Okay.
10 and 1 on the dice. Plus the +2 from well-traveled.
Okay.
And his +2 for knowledge.
Wow. So he got a 15.
Yeah.
He got it over.
He got there.
He got it up and over. So that's good. All right. So he would know that there aren't necessarily churches. The Order of the Fourth Moon are basically cells of performers that travel. There are that's the best that he would probably know. At a 15, he would know that it's rare that they're found outside of the Accord, the countries of the Accord. But they have been seen in the larger metropolitan centers of Vigantia. It's possible that at some point during the year, a troop from the Order of the Fourth Moon might be found in Vigantia.
So with that said, we should probably do a fate roll.
Yeah.
As to whether or not they would be there. But let's wait to do that until we get there.
Okay.
Because if we do that roll now, that means they're there now, which means they're not going to be there when we get there.
In 3 days, they could have left.
Yeah. Where was... Was it Kahana?
Whoa.
The place where Fushi trained.
Oh no, that's that is north of Wallowdale.
Oh, Westdale, Wallowdale, Vintes.
No, it's not in a city.
Oh, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's the thing about that field map, and that's down in Joy.
Yeah, that's almost due south of Fate's Wheel. In Joy. In that funny thin little arm that just stretches out, reaching towards, what is that? Oh, Calm.
There's Highdale. There's Wallowdale. So if you look a little bit north of Wallowdale, you'll see a river stream. Yep. Right at the very tip of that river is where the Temple of the Fourth Moon.
Okay. That is like as far from Vigantia as we can get.
It is pretty far, yeah.
Okay.
It's dead center of the Accords.
Okay, so plan A is get them to cure her before we let them go in Vigantia.
Right?
We get them to Vigantia. Please. Fix. Can you? Okay, fuck you guys. Plan B is potion shops in Vigantia. If we could find something that might work, we'll try it. Plan C is Temple of Fourth Moon.
Okay.
Is that lining up with what?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a matter of accessibility, and that's how it's going to work. That's how it's got to work.
We will be listening for whether or not Temple of Fourth Moon is in town while we're running around town trying to find the right potion.
Right.
I do have a middle ground potion option. If we can find one of these potions before finding an appropriate potion, there is a sleeping sap.
Ah, we can just knock her out.
We can knock her out, and it specifically says gets a full night's sleep and clears all stress.
Ah,
Specifically says that it solves that problem.
right on. All right.
So there's that we can use to help alleviate the issue if we can find some.
Gotcha. All right. There are also some options that I have in my little that are not in the books. So I don't.
I'm going off of the information I have access to.
And I understand, and that's going to be the commonly known stuff. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that we would be working from two different sources.
So the question here is, would anybody? No. Nobody's gonna know to try and look for that. So
Okay.
it's one of those. If they find it, they might have that idea.
Right.
So that's night one.
Right. That's the first day. We have something like a plan. Over the course of the next day, do we want to try to enact phase 1 of this plan? Try to get them to reverse the effects of this?
I feel that Captain Ridley would at least plant the seed of that by asking if they will be able to fix her when they leave. I can see that at least.
Right.
I don't know. Should we roll for that?
I really feel like we kind of need to, yes.
Okay.
That being said, we would know who has the best opportunity at cajoling or, extracting this information. So who has the stats to have the best opportunity at making a persuasion roll to get this
Ridley.
information? Ridley is the one? Because Narsa, if we haven't factored her into this, her begging.
Captain Ridley has tell no lies.
Okay.
He can ask the question with that active and be able to understand if they are capable at the very least.
Okay. That's nice. Yes, that is important. All right.
Make a spellcast roll against a target within very close range. On a success, they can't lie to you while they remain within close range.
Nice.
But they are not compelled to speak. If you ask them a question and they refuse to answer, they must mark a stress.
Nice. All right, that's cool.
And the effect ends. The target is typically unaware this spell has been cast on them until it causes them to utter the truth.
Wow, all right.
So, the person he would probably attempt to approach on this would be the fawn.
Okay.
Given that she's the one feeding the source.
Right.
So, let's start with the spellcast roll. And this is against my target, which is the fawn.
Okay.
That probably hit, but also it is with fear.
Gotcha. What did you roll?
13 on the dice, and he's got a +3.
So nice. That definitely hit.
So, now, the persuasion is just a flat +3 to try and get... Really? That is 7, 8, 9, 10.
Is there anything anyone could do to offer a help action to the asking of this question? What
Versus begging?
Right, I was just going to say, what is the question specifically? How is the question worded?
Do you know of a way to cure my first mate?
Cycle. Who is being asked?
After lunch.
That's what best. Freshly dosed.
So that would knock her off of that. You know, Nivelle could. It would make sense for the ship medic to be interested in curing one of the shipmates.
Right.
He's only got a +1 in presence, but... Ooh. Paradise. He's a seraph. He's got Paradise.
Oh, yeah.
And they've already been rolled. It's a 4 and a 3 is what I have access to. So, honestly, Nivelle, being present for the question, would also be sitting there praying that she's got an answer. And is going to burn 4, which would add 4 to that roll.
Right. Very nice. So that brings it up to
7, 8, 9, 10, 14.
That is a success. All right. that same dry chuckle turns into an uncomfortable sigh.
That was her refusing to answer
Yes.
and marking a stress for it.
Yes. Okay. And she won't make eye contact.
That sounds about right. Okay.
At least not with the captain or Novell. You can see as she's put into this stressful frame of mind, her eyes rest on Narsa, and if you can read micro expressions, you would see.
He would be old enough to be able to read stuff like that. He's been in business long enough.
There is pity.
Mm. Mm. I don't care for that. I don't care for that. Okay.
Because this is a question that I have not asked at all. The question that we are asking now.
Fear.
Okay, we have our answer. We have our meta answer. The developers of this drug have found no means to be able to undo it. There is no antidote.
Okay.
No antidote to the Silk Kiss, as of yet. And that is no specific alchemical concoction. That is not to say there might not be some magical effect, as we're going to explore as we chase down the Mahina options.
I was
the
just
temple.
chasing that myself. I think I've got it.
And I'm going to say that when we get into Vigantia, if we get into Vigantia, there will be a possibility of some sort of advancement along those lines. But that's something we're going to have to roll for. The higher the population, the denser the metropolis, and the more activity of the Black Nail within that metropolitan area, the more likely it is someone is working on finding that solution.
Okay.
I just realized what your shirt is, and that's messed up.
I've worn this shirt a dozen
I've
times.
never paid attention to it at all.
I've worn. I love this shirt.
That's messed up, man.
That's the funny. The funny thing is, Mel loves Pokemon and hasn't actually put 2 and 2 together yet. Doesn't seem like she has, at least. Has not commented on it at all to that degree. That's a Pikachu tail.
You know what that means, right?
I don't think she does. I would love to be wrong. That would be amusing to find one day. But that kind of reaction, I love every time I wear this shirt.
That's dark.
So according to your map here, Vigantia has a population of 44,865.
Yeah,
864.
close to 45,000 people.
863.
Is it declining?
Shit's going down.
Well, something's happening, yeah.
Oh, it's catching up from the mass exodus. That happened 200 years ago. Catch up
Are we
already.
counting clanks as the population?
Well, I mean, if you're counting souls.
That's true. All right.
Why is it going up so fast now? Anyways. Jokes aside, what does day 2 look like? We have a plan. We have...
Yeah, so on day 2, we asked the question and received an answer of sorts. A more definitive answer than we got the first time we asked on day 1.
Yeah.
So, short of that, we just need to roll sea events, see if anything potentially negative could happen.
And this will be the last sea event.
Correct, because we'll be
we're-
on the river after that.
What'd you get?
A short but intense rain shower passes over the ship, soaking the deck and the crew before the sun returns. The deck becomes slippery for the next hour. Any character moving more than one range band in a single action must succeed on an agility reaction roll, target number of 12, or be knocked prone. This is there's no activity, nobody needs to run, so
Yeah. Was that a 10?
that was a 10, an 8, and a 2, yes.
That's hilarious. The last one we rolled was 11. So by that logic, the next one,
Will be
fascinating.
a 6. Oh no, 11, 10, 9, yeah, okay, sorry. I don't know why I thought it was by 2. Ignore me, I'm not
I
here.
love you.
I love you too, I'm not here. I'm high on Mucinex.
I'm fascinated. Anyway, so nothing interesting then. We make it to the river opening.
Yep.
Everything's going according to plan. We have exited plan A. So now plan...
Yeah, on day 3, as we enter the river, Captain Ridley's gonna make the pitch to buy.
Yeah. Is that gonna work?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's have. I'll be Ridley for this one.
Okay.
And he does this with by appealing to, even though he knows there's almost no point with these people, by trying to appeal to emotion and logic. He says, "Listen, this is a soul, someone that we care about. If you won't give us the means to lift this affliction from her, then you must at least give us the means to be able to keep it in her so that she does not destroy herself while we find another way. Let me buy from you what you have, that we can at least keep her alive long enough to see if we can find another way."
And he has a +3 to his presence.
So I have rolled on a 16, 17, 18, 19.
That beat an 11.
That would be with a target number of 16, which is where I had it, where it's been for all of these appeals. That is a success.
I would have lowered that just a little bit because of the pity from yesterday?
That would be from the fawn. Now, this deal would have been offered to, and I should have, yeah, this deal would have been offered to the leader of the group.
I got you. Okay.
And I should have clarified that
That makes sense.
that's who he was speaking to.
That makes sense.
Ridley's a top-down kind of guy. He would expect the same, anything
Yeah.
about his crew would be approached to him, and he would do the same to. So that flat 16, but we rolled a 19 is what we came up with.
Yeah.
So that's up and over by well. So we've got a bag of gold. For how many doses does the fawn have left?
So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a d20 for how many she's got left for this trip.
Okay.
And then from there, see, that's hard because this has already been a month-long journey. She's getting it 3 times a day.
Right.
Which to me suggests that she's been making it on the ship, unless she's got a massive pouch full of them.
Or it's a very small dose to be effective.
Also that is an option. It would have to. You've already said it's a small dose. You've already said that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do this, then I'll do 2d8. Do 2d8
For how many doses are left?
for.
I like the D20. I was actually thinking about going up to a D20 plus a D10 because
I'm cool with that. No. 18.
Wow. All right.
It's a 17 and a 1. So there's that portion of that. Is it in one flask or is it in multiple flasks?
It is Here we go. It is in. There were originally 3 vials, or no, because 10 days in, and then 20 days. So there were probably 4 or 5 of these when our journey started. Now we're down to 2, one full one, and one that is down.
Okay. So one vial is 10 doses.
About
Okay.
is what I'm thinking, yes. Let's say one vial is 10 days. So 30 doses.
Okay. Okay.
And that's how many days? 18 days worth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that translate?
Yes. There is most of one vial left.
Correct. There's one full vial and one full vial. One dose, one vial is 10 days.
I got you. Okay.
One full vial is 30 doses or 10 days.
I got you.
We got 18 days, so we have one full vial and one mostly full vial.
Gotcha. So we succeeded the persuasion, so to speak. Go away, Windows security. Shoot. So we have agreed that they are willing to sell, yes?
So we can for that exchange to have been made, and her addiction is now completely in our hands.
So with that said, the question there turns into how much did they give us for one bag of gold, right?
Oh, that's what we got.
Oh, okay.
They got no use for it now, so and they're about to go back to a major metropolitan area where if they need to restock, they can. And they got virtually all of their gold back.
Yeah.
Except for what we spent on restocking the ship for the journey.
Make fate roll.
That is a 14. Oh, fate roll. Sorry, that is hope.
Good. That conversation happened behind closed doors, where Narsa couldn't hear.
All right. Yeah. Good call. Good call.
This transaction happened in front of Narsa. That wasn't smart. No, but behind closed doors, away from the victim.
Very good call.
I was going to take a fear if that was not a hope. It's like, well, we just caused a problem now.
All right.
So
the journey up the river is relatively straightforward. There's usually a good oncoming breeze off of the shore. As it happens, the shape of the islands and the basin that's at the entry tends to drive the wind straight up the river. So we don't have to worry about getting a tow because we don't have any oars.
I mean, we wouldn't need a tow anyways. We've got Novella.
Right.
Novella to handle it.
So yeah, but coming back out might be an issue because we'll be going against the wind.
Anyways. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm the goddamn medic, not your sail filler.
Do I have... It's not going to be here. And and it's not going to be there. Did I do it for Vigantia? I did.
Did you do what for Vigantia?
The same thing I did for Fate's Wheel.
You mean the shops?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Vigantia
Dad,
environments.
before you get too pulled into that, it is
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
Okay.
You've got a Saturday shift tomorrow.
Yeah, that's not until 5.
But it's also Saturday and the girls are going to be home making noise.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to call it? We're at 1 hour and 42 minutes of game time.
We did start a little late and
Yeah.
then had a couple of minor technical difficulties.
Vigantia locations, yes. Okay, yes, I did do it. Good. I'm cool either way, dude.
I think we should because we still got to tear down. And you being
I'm
the
sickly.
unhealthy bag of mucus you are right now,
All right.
it might be good for you to try and get some sleep,
yeah.
medicated or otherwise.
All right.
Let's get to Vigantia first.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's like I said, the wind is at our backs while we
That's
do that, so it's a
Favorable.
pretty easy thing. The that's port there. So in order to be able to settle into port, you have to go up past and then wheel around and turn back around. So that'll bring you in with the port on the port side, which is how things are supposed to be done.
Right.
So it's just an extra hour or so of negotiating, waiting for the other people, any other ships that are in line to finish their turns, make their approaches, and tie off before we get to
do our turn.
yeah. The Dracona, as everybody else is headed down the ladder, is there anything anybody would want to do before or as the Black Nail disembark the boat?
I see Brynja, Kane, and or Gror die before the next time we see you. as they're letting everybody off.
Right.
It's to some degree of fuck you guys. Pleasure doing business. Fuck off. I don't want to do business with you again. As polite of a mean thing as anybody can say without starting. Because I imagine this is going to be the one fight that Brynja's not going to want to start.
Right.
'Cause we're here, we have other things to worry about. Fuck off. Y'all are assholes, go away. So that's where I'm sitting
Okay.
on what everybody would want to say to these fine individuals that have found themselves on our ship.
While that is happening, why do I refuse to put... What a jackass am I? You need to go into this folder, and then I need to go here, here. While you guys are distracting the black nail as they prepare to climb over the side of the, or to walk down the gangplank.
Tell me one of them's about to fail their agility check.
Not one of them, hopefully.
Aw. Hopefully.
Ateles is going to try to get off the boat before they do. He's going to do so by darting
Through one of the holes.
I don't see there being any portholes down along the waterline or in the side of the boat. So his only means of doing this would be to literally run up the stairs from downstairs and jump over the side of the boat. It's onto port side. So we're going to have to make an agility check and perception checks for at least 3 of the baddies.
Okay.
And literally, he's just going to try to go off the side of the boat and eject himself down onto the wharf.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
He wants to get out of that damned hole that he's been in 3 days now.
Right, but he also wants to be in a position to be able to track these fuckers.
I see that.
They do not know him. They've never seen him. If he's down on the wharf before they get down there, he could be 1 foot behind them, and they would never realize what or why.
Never care enough to double check.
Yeah. Give me a target number for this is an agility check. And if he fails, he is going to take, because of the nature of this jump and how high it's going to be, if he fails, he's going to take 1d20 in damage and make a scene down on the wharf. Okay. You have a target number?
I have a target number.
I have rolled a 16 with a +0 on my agility.
You're a fucking monkey. Why do you have a +0 on your agility?
It's a wonderful question. I get evasion bonuses, but no agility bonuses.
What about nimble climb?
I'm not climbing. I'm jumping.
That wouldn't count?
I don't feel like it would.
Nimble climber affects your agility checks.
Natural climber, that is specifically involved balancing and climbing.
Mm.
Nimble gives me a +1 bonus to my evasion. That's as best as it gets. It's very specific about where those bonuses are applied.
Okay. So you had a 16 flat?
That was a flat 16, correct.
It did in fact beat the 50.
Awesome, right?
I had
All
you
right.
sweating for a second.
Yeah, I needed yes, but that's good. So he, and now we need 3 perception checks from the Black Nail crew. I will do 1, and target number here. Remember, they're involved in conversation or are watching these attitudinal exchanges. These "fuck you very much." We realize you have your choice in services that can get you from point A to point B, and we regret that you chose ours.
I like that.
All right, so we'll say that our the sniper would be one, the Dracona would be the other, because he's gotten a better sense of who we are, and the handler. So those three are checking here. So first one that is a 22 with hope.
That's not good.
That's I'm sorry. That was on a. That should have been. That should have been a 20 die roll. I rolled on my.
Way to backtrack.
Yeah. So that is a 14. We'll say that these are not attack bonuses. These are not attacks, so they don't get a bonus. So there's going to be flat rolls. That's a 14.
Okay.
That was for the Dracona.
Okay.
The sniper, we will give him his attack bonus on this because he is a sniper. Ooh, it does not matter. He rolled a 4 plus an attack bonus of 2 for a 6.
Okay.
And then the Black Nail Handler, no bonus, and that is a 4. So the only one that's really a threat is the Dracona. With that 14.
14.
Yes.
That beat a 13.
That was a 13 target number. Woo! All right, so.
He saw something out the corner of his eye.
But nothing that made him follow up on
it. He saw that blur. Mm. I'm going to say he saw enough to have his guard up now.
All right. That'll give him advantage on any perception checks
for somebody following
in the future. All right, that's cool. I like that. That's fair. So Ateles does this tap, tap, tap up the stairs super fast, catapults himself directly over the edge of the boat, just comes shooting up, and that's a good 6 or 8 feet, and then suddenly he's 15, 20 feet above. Above where the wharf lines up, above the water line.
So here's the thing. He would. Those lines are way up high though, so never mind. So he would probably get an extra step off of the railing there.
Right.
That's the only
extra boost. So we made the agility check, so don't have to worry about that. So we can just flavor now.
Yes.
So oh, nice. Okay. So on the wharf, there is one of the fisher ships that has set up on the wharf has actually set out its nets for drying.
Okay.
Once they're dry, they'll go through with their big net needles and lines and start fixing up their line. So what Ateles manages to do is he just kind of cannonballs off of that, takes that extra boost off of the railing, tucks into a cannonball, and lands in that net. And it manages to kind of be
a soft landing.
Yeah, a soft landing, and kind of sets himself up as a crew member on that boat. He's positioned himself so that he can see the Black Nail as they move past. And he's just basically, he's not even working the needle or anything. He's just, yeah.
he's focused over there and his hands tied.
He's fluffing. He's fluffing, yeah. And so we have someone in position to be able to track these guys for whatever reason. I don't know. We want to be rid of them, but
this poor motherfucker's been trapped out of sight,
and he's been feeling utterly useless. Yeah. So at the very least,
he wants to get involved somehow.
Yeah. And that puts us on the wharf at Vigantia with a supply of silk kiss to be able to keep Narsa's addiction in check for up to 18 days if we're giving her full doses. The Black Nail are off of the ship, having gone down the gangplank, and I think we're at the point where we can fade the lights on the session. Is there anything else you want to address before we close out?
No. I don't think so. I think, given the situation with her attachment to them giving her the silk, Captain Ridley would probably keep her tied, waiting for them to be gone and out of sight.
Right. Yeah, he'd be. Yeah, you're right. I think he'd be wise enough to keep her in place until the next meal, and then let her see that it's true that are dosing her now.
Yeah.
And maybe even himself. Do you think he would do it, or would he set it to Brynja or to Novell as the ship's doctor?
So, that's a good question. That's a really good question, because the ship's doctor would be the one doing it. Novell being uncomfortable with it would kind of make him not want to take that
Right.
responsibility. But understanding what that means, he would also be willing to do it.
Right.
Captain Ridley himself, he would have that close personal connection with Narsa.
That father figure kind
Yeah.
of relationship. Yeah.
And would be able to sit down and do that for her to try and help ease her as best away from it as he can.
Yeah.
So that's a fucking toss-up in my head. I want to do a roll to see who would. So, Novell's dice, Captain Ridley's dice.
Gotcha.
Whoever's higher is the one that does it. Because I would see Captain Ridley also saying Novell should be the one to do it because of the doctor status and all that.
Right.
Getting the dosage right would be important. And it is Novell.
That's what it looks like with a,
'Cause that's
what is that, it's a 5 on the green die?
That's a 5 on the green die and a 3 on the clank die.
Oh. You had told me that the clear die was Novell.
No, the green die was Novell.
Okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
I may have said the other thing. I may have said they're both Novell. Watch back, double check me on that one.
Right. So what are you committing to?
Novell.
Novell is doing it. Okay.
Novell is the one doing it. Ridley wants to do it, but understands that dosage needs to be appropriate. With that said, I can say that Novell will try to down dose it.
Right.
They've been giving her the teeny tiny dose in a cup. I think he would put that dose in a pitcher, and then that is her pitcher.
Right.
And give it to her a cup at a time for each meal.
All right. All right.
I can see that being the way that he's going to try and help reduce it. And also make it stretch.
Right. Also,
Just in case.
yeah. We'll have to roll for dose efficiency.
That makes sense.
Because she may end up, going through a glass and saying, I'm still thirsty. So yeah, we'll want to figure out a system for dose efficiency during this period.
Yeah. These early days are going to be important.
Yeah. So there we are. The Lessonia and her crew are back on their own in the port of Vigantia.
We are quite literally up shit creek.
Volteronin is old Vigantian for shit.
And that's what the king said when he made the gash.
Right.
Shit! Oh, shit. Cannon.
Not canon. Thank you for joining us on the short session. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to check back for in a couple of days for episode 3 of the main campaign, and 7 days from whenever you're watching this for episode 4 of the side quest.
We are one episode ahead.
Oh, it's side quest. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
This you were. I think you mentioned that before. This is technically the main campaign because it started first. All right. Big love from An Orrery of Souls. We're out.
Bye bye.
To go do. Oh wait, I need this to that, and then I need to do that, and then do that.